that counter, maybe pull a Thresh out, something like that.
Well,
what do you think,
I'm trying to think because Leona was such an instrumental part of that game
absolutely.
for CLG to win. That YellowStar, he just couldn't kind of get the position he wanted to really get the game going, but it wasn't necessarily his fault. It was just overall CLG was doing such a great job. But you can tell, you know, Fnatic are taking their time here. They're not sure exactly what they want to take away just yet.
Soaz has got Ziggs on his screen, so he's going to ban that out. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, okay. I mean, that was an issue for, and that's you know, a big praise to Link there. Nidalee being taken out as well, so will they go for an Orianna and Annie? Will they think of maybe a top lane or a Shyvana is going to be the focus of the first pick?
And that was so instrumental in Fnatic winning that first game. It really was, because you saw Cyanide constantly jungling, or counter jungling, sorry, Trickz, and he could not get in the game. He just didn't know what to do. Once he lost his jungle, he started investing in wards. But once that starts happening, it's a downward spiral. He couldn't get the money he needed for items. He needs a lot better protection here if they want to be able to keep him in the game. He can't just depend on, you know, camping other lanes. And Cyanide, he's going to be going for something like that again. And CLG, they have to stop it. Oh, wow.
Oh, well, first. There it is. There's the answer. We are going to see Aphromoo once again on Leona, and it worked very well. Hadn't taken the Orianna. What counter would you go with on this one? There's been a number of people claiming different things against Orianna. Ziggs was one of them. And Fnatic banned it out. I want to say Ahri, maybe? xPeke played a lot of Ahri. Ahri used to be the traditional, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Orianna gets picked, you go Ahri. Ahri gets picked, you go Orianna.
And she was different in patch 3.13, where her charm would land and do an extra 20% damage with spells after that. I'm thinking that might be what they want to go, or maybe they want to lock down their AD carry since they know they're already going up against Leona and take that away from DoubleLift.
Well, we do see potentially Thresh coming out. Annie is available, but I think they want to not switch the lanes at this time. 2v1 didn't work out so successfully this time around.
Oh, really? As I say, if they're going to pick up Thresh, they might want to take...
I mean, Zyra Ashe was available again. Like, it worked so well in game one. Didn't go for it this time around.
Interesting. So, it's kind of funny because YellowStar was like the main man playing Corki back when he was doing AD carries. So he knows exactly how he works, but really surprised to see that. But then again, you can obviously jump away. You do a lot of magic damage early on, actually throughout the entire game. But DoubleLift, what is he going to go up against that? He has Leona who can be very aggressive. He could go for Lucian again, who did fairly well. You have a great poke with it. But you can tell both teams take this very seriously. I mean, 1-1 here, and the winner goes on to play Gambit. That is no easy feat for itself.
I mean, it's a scary Gambit we've seen so far, and they're laughing and joking, smiling. A happy Gambit is a scary Gambit sometimes, but this right now is all about who will face them. Can CLG keep America in it and really reignite the CLG flag as well, because they've been lacking in trophies for some time, honestly, since the lineups changed around, and they didn't even make it through to Worlds this Rio round, which was a bit of a sad times. But Twisted Fate being hovered over right now. Jarvan and Lucian. Lucian, well, 905 says it all really for DoubleLift on Lucian.
And he can...
Jinx was available, by the way, as well. Didn't go for Jinx. Aatrox as a champion as Cyanide ran heavily. So this actually could... Oh, wow. I mean, who could be where? This could be a top lane. This could be Soaz as well.
Nice. This is... Aatrox has become one of those things you can pick that you don't know where it's going to go if you pick it early on. Same thing with Shyvana. Like, you don't know if it's going to be the jungle 100%. You don't know if it's going to be top lane, but you know it's going to be a nuisance no matter what. But this kind of comp, I mean, you have two people who are going to dive in. I don't know. I mean, the Twisted Fate's not bad, but you're going to struggle a little bit because there's such a tanky and such a heavy CC team with that Jarvan, with that Leona, and with that Orianna that it might not... I'm happy. The Organa was changed around for this patch too.
Right, okay.
So her W does tick twice as fast. Doesn't reduce magic damage, though, or magic resist, though. And her auto attack animation was fixed a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to do that. But, whew, I mean, so they're kind of really counting on, assuming that Cyanide will be on the Aatrox, to go in, slow him down, and then have Morgana Black Shield herself, and then kind of just keep them all there with that ultimate, or even, you know, Black Shield Rekkles, so he can not get stunned out at all.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how it works out for him. He's definitely a farmer. Good lord, you're trying to troll me again. Aphromoo, stop it. It is going to be a Lee Sin. That's going to be Trickz pulling out the Lee Sin. So, where will Aatrox go? Will it be Cyanide? Cyanide played an amazing Aatrox during Worlds, so I wouldn't be surprised if it sticks on him.
I don't like Fnatic's comp for a couple of reasons. The Thresh against Lucian is not a great pickup, because Lucian can get out of Thresh's ultimate really quickly, get out of the slow, because you're depending on Thresh to get in there. Use the box around the team, and that way they can't really escape the Morgana ultimate that easily. But when you have a Lucian, you have a Leona who can get, can bypass it. You have a Jarvan who can Cataclysm Morgana away, keep her away from the fight, or a kick away. it's really hard for Fnatic to go for an engage here. Like, if they're going to win, they have to do it early, and they have to keep the momentum going, or CLG, I think, can easily win this.
One thing's for sure, they have a lot of all-in. I mean, Shyvana can jump in there, Aatrox is going to jump in there, balance you. Morgana got to jump in there to use the ulti. Everybody else, you expect Rekkles to probably stay at range like every AD carry should, and could also see Thresh diving in there as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that how is Morgana going to get set up for the fights? And in my head, it's just
Aatrox.
It's Thresh or Aatrox, because you need Aatrox to maybe bounce them up and then do the slow, allowing Thresh to get the hook in there, then box them. But if none of that lands, or if it's not synergized perfectly, Morgana won't be able to get there and get an effective ultimate, because she's like a one-trick pony. Once your ulti's down, that's basically it. Well,
let's look CLG. I mean, what have they got to counter it? They got a lot of all-in. We saw how Leona was for Aphromoo in the last game. We saw how DoubleLift was on Lucian. Link on Orianna, well, obviously back that up with if you land that solar flare, you're pretty much not going to escape. That's for damn sure. Jarvan in there as well. That's a good all-in. Lee Sin in there. It's Nien actually, by the way, on Lee Sin. I should point out. This is a top lane Lee Sin, which is going to be interesting in itself.
See, I'm actually thinking that CLG won't try to all-in a fight. If anything, maybe use that Leona defensively unless you catch him off guard with the ultimate. Because if you use her defensively, you can keep 1 or 2 people away from your AD carry.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is the semi-finals of the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne. It is Counter Logic Gaming playing as the red team and Fnatic right there as the blue team. What will we see? Will we see level 1 action? Not too sure. We haven't seen a great deal so far.
It's kind of hard, especially when it gets an Orianna like this. I mean, Fnatic have a good comp for it, where you could go for a knockup and then Morgana bind, even a hook. But when you have an Orianna ball to check every bush, it's kind of impossible unless the other team makes a big mistake.
Ooh. Is he going to throw the kick out? Is he just going to get caught out? No, he's just going to walk straight in a face check. Is it going to be enough? They do get the knockup. Soaz comes in, a flash hawk comes out from YellowStar. First blood, Rekkles.
Wow, YellowStar, that was an amazing flash coming out right there, locking it down before he could even escape. And that was the mistake I was talking about. I mean, there's no way they should be able to get caught unless Nien face checks a bush, gets hooked, and gets killed.
Exact same position Cloud9 got caught out on in the World Finals. What? Why? Why are they doing this? Rekkles goes back, gets himself a longsword. That is first blood, and that is going to hurt in lane.
And DoubleLift's like, well, make sure to make my job a little bit harder, guys, as he's going to have to go up against that unless they do pull a lane swap. But wow, I mean, just fantastic coordination, fantastic knowledge by YellowStar to realize I can make it in time. I can get this grab. But right now, Fnatic, I mean, that one kill, that's not enough to win the game. They still have a long road ahead of them if they want to be able to pull this one off, as well as CLG here. We already see a couple of wards coming in, and it looks like CLG do have an understanding of where Fnatic is in terms of that red buff.
Wow. Unbelievable for me. CLG starting off on the red buff. They're going to make sure that gets secured. Are they going to give it to Nien for that top lane, or will they let Trickz have it? I assume they're going to give Trickz. Actually, Nien stuck around and made sure he got some of the experience, so we'll see how that translates into the lane phase. This is going to be Lucian and Aphromoo. That is the double moo or Afro lift, whatever you'd like to call it, in the top lane up against Soaz, who will be on Shyvana as well. Of course, in that top lane, there is that Zenith Blade catching straight away on Soaz, starting off as he means to go on.
And you're seeing Nien follow Trickz throughout the entire time here, just to gain the experience like you were saying. And then I'm assuming that Trickz will be able to sit in his lane on top of that to get some experience that he's going to be missing out. But you see right now, Fnatic, they're just pushing it quickly. They realize, all right, there's no point in leaving the lane in the middle, or in the middle of it. We should punish him for doing the same thing he did last game.
Well, punishing maybe what they do. We'll see how it works out between them, because there's going to be a lot of punishment for Nien here, and he's got hooked again by YellowStar. He is going to get the help of Trickz, so with that double buff, he's going to stick around a bit longer and maybe have to help Nien get a couple of levels on.
This is free reign for Cyanide if he wants to counter jungle right now. He knows where Trickz is. He knows probably what was and wasn't taken. He knew they were at that red buff because of that ward, and they also knew that Nien was there, so that's why they shoved the lane really quickly, having that information. But he's not going to go for counter jungling this time. And, you know, I've never been 100% convinced by Aatrox, period,
really?
In competitive. I don't know, just something about him is never really...
Did you not watch World Finals?
No, I'm not saying he can't be good. I've never been convinced about him as a champion in competitive play, but I'm hoping Cyanide can prove me wrong.
There's a lot of people that have proven anyone wrong with Aatrox. He has been a fantastic pick for me in a number of lanes, top lane and jungle. So far, it's been...
Maybe he's one of those champions that just can't seem to play.
He's got a pretty big win rate.
He's like
I'm not
Poppy
gonna lie.
for me.
He's like Pop. Well, I'd say it's very different from Poppy in terms of win rate, that's for sure. DoubleLift's KDA, though, from the last one, 904, 248 CS on Lucian. Let's see if he can do more of the same. Cyanide coming in towards that top lane, going to help out Soaz, just keep it safe from the tower, and that tower is already taking quite a bit of a beating from DoubleLift there. He got some good damage down onto it, so Rekkles doing the exact same in the bottom lane, and this effectively is what it's becoming, and you guys playing 3.14 are probably used to seeing these 2-1-2 lanes so far.
Yeah, and it's actually having Fnatic come out ahead in it because look at the level difference. Cyanide's already level 4 at this point, Trickz is still level 3, and they tried to shove in the lane very quickly, but Trickz is committing a lot of time down here. Maybe he's giving up the rest of his jungle mobs and just trying to take the buffs away. Either way, starting off pretty slow so far. No big CS discrepancy anywhere except in the jungle.
Well, we already see that the fact that obviously Trickz sticking around there has given Cyanide an edge already because he's on level 4. He comes back in towards that top lane. Blue buff, red buff already worn off as he's going to come and keep Soaz ticking away. So they actually have a bit of a level discrepancy at the moment. The Fnatic guys in the top lane are slightly ahead of the bottom lane and also ahead of DoubleLift and Aphromoo in lane. You can see they're both only level 3 versus level 4s.
That's going to really come into play, especially when you're a caster AD carry, as both these two are. But you do see Trickz finally leaving here. He does finally hit level 4. A lot of action happening in middle as he's trying to push Peke out yet again. But I'm trying to think, where is this game going to break out next? And I think it's going to be around that 7-minute mark when these buffs come back up. Will Cyanide try to counter jungle yet again? Will Trickz allow that, or will he go for counter jungling himself? Well,
with Peke back in so early, it means it's going to be level 6 for Link first. We'll see whether he goes back here. He is, so he's not going to hit 6 first. Instead, it will be Peke who's going to return to that lane and get it on time. So, Cyanide, he's back clearing out that jungle while Trickz is sticking around in this lane, still only level 4. So we'll see whether Cyanide just hits level 5, keeps that edge on him, and that's exactly what he's doing. The hook gets thrown out. This time it lands on towards Nien, so Rekkles putting the damage back down there. Good Philosopher's Bomb as well. Philosopher's Bomb?
It's a new thing. It's a new thing. You know, it's funny because Lee Sin and Jarvan is actually like a double bruiser lane that does really well against AD carry support. I've seen it in solo queue a few times. It's really frustrating to play against because Lee Sin can just get around there and Jarvan has a clear path into anyone, but the Philosopher Bomb, it's not going to really help out too much this game.
It's a new skill that Riot may well be implementing sometime soon, who knows. But the Phosphorus Bomb is the word I was after, the Philo Stone. But DoubleLift in this top lane, going to get focused on, has to use the flash to get avoid Cyanide's knock-up.
Bottom lane, we see some action already breaking out here as CLG still trying to be aggressive, but yet Trickz is committing to staying down bottom. They are running this 2-1-2 kind of plan unless they plan for Aphromoo to roam around a little bit more, but Bust will be coming up in just about a minute, and this is the real tell. What is going to happen from this point on, because this will decide. And Aphromoo, is he going to ward up? Is he going to try to take the blue away?
No, he's going to go and try and see if he can get a kill on top Soaz. That's what worked out for him last time around. He had the help of Link as well, and not going to be joining him. See if he can get back in there. Soaz thought about pushing the lane a little bit. Instead, was happy to just back off. I think once he's hit 6, there's not really going to be much pushing of Soaz on that tower. He got that burnout running, that's leveled up quite convincingly. You can see he's just clearing out that wave. So I think CLG may actually go for a little bit of a lane change here.
And right now, we see a lot of pink wards already invested into the side of CLG. Maybe with this lane swap coming in, they will decide to go for a dragon relatively soon with it after this next set of buffs. But Trickz is going to be able to clean up his red here. Be able to go to blue right after that, but Cyanide, like, he knows when this blue is going to be up because he saw exactly where Trickz started. He knew the times on this, and it looks like he's trying to go for it, but with those wards from Aphromoo, it's going to spot him coming in.
The lane swap is on. Cyanide coming towards the red buff. Trickz has picked it up. Cyanide's a little bit too late on that one. Thought about maybe going aggressive on Trickz, but Link was very close by. So we're back to standard meta right now. The two duo lanes in the bottom. We'll see how they work out. DoubleLift and Rekkles up against and YellowStar, sorry, and Aphromoo. They are up against one another. There has been a slight CS advantage for Rekkles as he's been down this bottom, and it was DoubleLift that chose to change. So obviously moving lanes simply lost on that extra little bit of CS.
And right now he does have a lot of minions with him, so the CS lead will increase just a little bit more. Will be donated over to Link, it looks like. And I want to see if Aphromoo going to go for an engage anytime soon. He's going to have level 6 shortly. And with that comes another form of CC form, as Trickz is already heading down here. He's not spotted by a ward, I believe, and this can be very dangerous for Fnatic.
Well, it will be. We'll see whether he manages to go in. He's been pretty much spending his entire time down this bottom lane. While it's happening, the blue buff is being gifted across. There's the hook. That's going to bait them. Realize the situation. Flashes out, so he's caught in the Cataclysm. The Cullen's coming out from DoubleLift. That will be a first kill for him.
Yeah, great job by Trickz to kind of finally make his presence known after sitting in that bottom lane the entire time. Picking up a kill. And YellowStar just wasn't quick enough. Well, it wasn't about being quick enough. It was just a great job by Trickz to lock him down here. Cyanide's being spotted yet again, trying to go for some counter jungling here. Link, I don't think he has the damage to take him down just yet. That and that blood boil.
Well, this top lane, I'm not too sure how much Nien can get involved in a fight with Soaz right now because he's got that double longsword on him. He's building up towards that brutalizer possibly early on. Rekkles taking some good damage from DoubleLift there. That was not a close trade at all. DoubleLift on Lucian is a scary beast.
And they might actually leave Soaz to go for some split push here too, because he's going to go for a build to Rekkles. He's going to go for that Blade of the Rune King as I think his first drill buy. And with that, he can out-kite Nien. He can do an insane amount of damage percent-wise, and he can take turrets down relatively quickly. But I don't know if Fnatic want to go back to that split push style, at least with a Shyvana. Well,
it seems the Rekkles is forced going for that Trinity Force. Meanwhile, the Vampiric Scepter already picked up, which means the Bloodthirst is coming out for DoubleLift shortly. Nien taken pretty low on his tower there. Maybe a target that Aatrox on Cyanide thinks is a possibility, but look how far Link's got up lane. Surely could come around the backside of him. Peke has taken about half. There's the flashing ulti. Will it be enough to try and get out of it? The ulti will pop off. Cleanses just at the right time, misses the Dark Binding, and well, Cyanide burning out the flash to try and get that kill. So double flashes burn, double summoners by Fnatic to try and get that one kill, and it backfired.
And Link even tried actually going for the kill on xPeke under the turret. He uses ultimate, but xPeke flashed past it to go for his as well. So great job by Link to go for that escape, and he's running double GP10. He's not going for like any kills right now. He's trying to wait for the late game. You see Aphromoo go in.
Catches on Solar Flare once again on YellowStar. No flash available, remember. Box comes out. Nothing they can do. It's another follow-on kill, and it is working well for this bottom lane duo of Aphromoo and DoubleLift with the help of Trickz.
And no ward to spot him coming in. YellowStar had a pink. He had a green on if he could have warded for it, but unfortunately for him, he just didn't put it down in time. Trickz being in the right place at the right time, and Aphromoo with those wards he has down, he can see if anything will happen down the bottom lane in terms of ward coverage, and that lets Trickz know, hey, free kill bottom lane. No flash, let's get it.
Aphromoo's stuns have been certainly on point. Cyanide lingering around just to making sure they don't dive on towards Rekkles, but that's not going to happen. Soaz, in the meantime, he's continuing to push in that top lane, but Nien's going to get his farm on, that's for sure. If you keep shoving him on the tower, he's going to quite happily pick up the gold. Now, it's very hard to stop Elysian farming once he can get going like he is. He has a lot of innate damage himself. Peke already picking up the Wraiths. This is going back to old school Season 2, I guess you could say, between Link and Peke. They're having to farm out the Wraiths in between lanes because the junglers are just so busy. Cyanide's trying to back. He's stood on a ward. I wonder if Aphromoo's going to take that target.
I don't think so. I mean, but either way, they're wasting time. Cyanide hasn't been in the right place at the right time just yet so far throughout this game. Trickz done it twice. And Nien Tonso is constantly going back, taking double golems as quick as possible whenever they come up because he has 6% lifesteal plus his Iron Will. And again, Trickz, look who's down bottom lane, but this time, Fnatic does have a ward to spot it coming in.
Well, keeping the damage going. Phosphorus Bomb on DoubleLift has to use the Lantern to pull him back there. Trade not working out. YellowStar caught out again. Good play this time around, but again, DoubleLift has the culling available. Will he try and pull it on? No, he didn't have it. It's like a second away.
It's taunting you, Demon.
God damn, I can see the icon now.
It just came up.
It's too bright when it's disabled.
No, but YellowStar, he's going in for it anyways.
He gets the hook on Aphromoo. He could turn this one around with the Zenith Blade. Does manage to pop that shield, but DoubleLift comes back in to protect his support. And well, DoubleLift with that Ignite burn. Cyanide's coming around the backside. He's going to come back in. Is it going to be Aphromoo that he catches the target on? No. Good interruption by Trickz. He may well pay the price, so doesn't manage to land the hook on DoubleLift. Back off once again, the Ignite burning on Nien Tonso. He's going to get caught on the tower. One more hit should do it. Soaz flashes out, does manage to catch him. The tower hit's going to come in. He will survive. And Soaz, just knows the exact range on that one. We'll take the tower as well.
Yeah, great play by Soaz with all that happening over towards the bottom side of the map. He's going to pick up the turret as well, so he's going to have a nice lead in his lane. He's sitting on 2,000 gold to go back with, so that Blade of the Rune King going to be coming very shortly. And with Nien already, I don't want to say out of the game, but being 0-2, down 30 farm, his damage isn't going to be too high as this game progresses, so he's going to be more, utility.
Fnatic going to try and take advantage of this situation in the bottom. They've bullied and pushed them out. They are sat ready and waiting. A hook on Aphromoo. Cyanide comes in there. He's got the damage, but Aphromoo tries to turn it around with the help of DoubleLift. Can they get the knock-up? Yes, they will. They get the kill. Cyanide takes the lantern, backs off. Finally, Aphromoo goes down.
Just like that, able to pick up a kill, able to punish CLG for being so aggressive down at this bottom side of the map. But with all this happening, middle has been really quiet.
Really quiet. They're just in a farming session. Dragon possibly could be available. Cyanide's ready and waiting for it, though. They know that Fnatic want to go for it. They've taken the top to it. Nien is up there. He's a long way away from the fight.
And the thing is, I wanted to make that point because the CS isn't that different. Oh, well, we do see blue potentially being stolen away here. Soaz even coming down from top side. And they really want to take this away from Trickz, who doesn't have a smite available.
This is going to be a blue and a dragon for Fnatic. They're pushing the advantage here. Peke is going to be gifted across this one. He will take that blue buff down. Cyanide goes back in towards the dragon, but they're not going to go for it. Instead, they're thinking tower. Soaz just around the side. He's ready and waiting. Instead, they're all going to back, and YellowStar caught out of position. He's going to get locked up, and CLG give DoubleLift yet another free kill. And Nien, he's going to take the tower, so actually, CLG taking some good advantages. They lost the blue buff, but picking up a kill and a tower.
Yeah, not worth anything. They might even get their own blue buff, or, well, Fnatic's blue buff here, as expected, trying to stop him from doing it, but Nien coming down, it's going to pretty much be a no, and he's going to have to back off. But even with all this farming that's been happening middle, he got it. Oh, he got it. Peke got it. Peke managed to steal that away. They're coming around the backside. Soaz, Nien's going to be the target. He kicks out Soaz. He's going to have ability to try and get away if he doesn't get caught by that dart binder, which he didn't. Soaz is going to continue chasing on here. Has the range available. Will he catch on? No. That's going to be an easy escape for Nien. And in the meantime, CLG tried to go for Dragon here, but Rekkles going to be able to hold them off. And even with Link, or even with no Dragons being done so far, tied on turrets, Link has a huge goldie over him, about 400 or 500 at this point, because these two GP10s that are taking in. He already has his Themes on Holy Grail, as you do have xPeke with 2,000 gold to be able to buy his when he goes back. But right now, that turret getting very low. Orianna ulti coming out.
Shockwave pulled in, but it doesn't really do the damage required, and it's actually Nien that gets caught, gets hooked, actually pulled out of the pool. Thanks very much, says Nien. I'll take that and safeguards away.
That's just so hard to lock down a Lee Sin with this combo. I mean, you're going to need more than just those two spells alone, since he has that guard to get away. But right now, they're still committed to this turret because they see that DoubleLift Aphromoo are bottom. Yeah, they're sticking around bottom. That's going to be the last hit required, but will it be Peke that goes down, takes the lands and backs away from this one? CLG did push that bottom lane. There is a wave pushing on. I'm not too sure how low the turret is. We maybe get a look at it, but I can tell that we're going to see the AD carry get in there. No, it's a good half health, so Rekkles will clear that one out and save the day. 2-1 in turrets, Fnatic with the advantage this time around. And right now, CLG, I wonder if they're going to start grouping up and go for some pushes middle. If Rekkles stays bottom, then he's not going to be in this fights, obviously, and CLG should have an advantage over that. But he wants to get that turret down. He wants that gold, but Dragon's still available right now. 16 minutes in. Both these teams going to be going for it very shortly, as CLG already making their move. And we did see xPeke go back. Cyanide nearby, though. He's able to get in and steal. Flash is also up, so he could get in, knock in. Of course, a bad day for CLG, but that Shockwave is not available just yet. That's what they're going to delay for this one. You can see it's already on Trickz. Cataclysm used. Tries to pull the flash out. Doesn't cater because Cyanide just uses his jump to get away from there. Still can get in, get that flash, and get that dragon smited. The hook comes in onto Link. Will they focus on towards there? Soaz goes in and quickly redirects. They're going for the dragon. Dragon will go down to Fnatic. No, it won't. He hasn't been taken out. Now it goes down. That's going to be a kill for Fnatic as well. You can see Peke comes in just the right time. Aphromoo will get locked up. DoubleLift taken low. He's going to get locked in there. Soaz comes on through. Nien taken low. He gets locked in. Lee Sin, can he escape? No, he can't. Fnatic get another kill. It's a 4 for 2 and Dragon for Fnatic. And Fnatic, they stalled so long, or just long enough for xPeke to get in there with that flash and ultimate coming down. And that Cataclysm that happened, I'm not sure if I agree with that, because yeah, it zoned them out for a little bit, but they didn't get Dragon. They didn't commit for a fight off of that because they knew Link's ultimate was down. And just like that, Fnatic, they get an advantage. They get those 4 kills, they get Dragon, they get so much gold from that, and they also get a big confidence booster because this game's been pretty stale for them so far. And it's the combo they wanted. They wanted Trickz's Cataclysm to stay so they could keep the ball. The ball was on his head, but he's like, why are you going in? I've not got Shockwave yet. My ulti is not up. And the only person he caught in it was Cyanide, who can just use his skill to just jump out of it anyway. So not even in a flash burn. So big waste of an ulti there from Trickz. Maybe the pressure of the semi-final situation. Remember, this is his first offline semi-finals that he's been in. He did come up against, obviously, quality yesterday. It was maybe a nice break-in game. But now he's up against the 3rd place Fnatic in the World Finals of Season 3. Different story indeed. And the spring and summer split champions. Indeed. They are pretty much the dominant European champions. And that's something that Gambit would love to correct at the start of Season 4, that's for sure. They are the bogey team. DoubleLift actually caught out of position this time. Does manage to escape the dark binding, but goes down nonetheless to Peke. YellowStar in the meantime, he's going to get locked up by Aphromoo, but the damage is not really there this time around. He gets a good leash onto Aphromoo. He's going to walk away from this one. Look at Fnatic though, they're closing the gap. They could come around the backside of them, but they will not pursue. In the meantime though, Nien farming up that top lane, trying to catch up here, trying to get that Ravenous Hydra done, because when that happens, his damage will spike up pretty well, but it won't matter how much damage he does if CLG keep dying, Fnatic, if they keep getting this farm, if they keep getting these items, which they already have, then they're going to become too hard to deal with. I mean, look at Soaz. We talk about Shyvana. You build like a Blade of the Rune King, then straight tank.
Peke, oh god, he's ready laning wait. Aphromoo going to get locked in position here. That's going to be a double, that's for sure. Who will he be giving across to? Cyanide, 305.
Just catch him off guard again with these wards. Great job by Fnatic. They're even chasing away Trickz right now. And slowly, CLG are losing control of this game. They're down these 5 kills. They're down 5,000 gold. And Rekkles is still just farming away. He's 40 CS ahead of DoubleLift. And you mentioned earlier, you know, you might be able to like punish DoubleLift in lane.
What are you doing?
About to die.
It shows his position. Soaz knows he's there. Soaz coming around the back. Peke and YellowStar coming from the front. The tower on nothing. You're not going to escape it. Dark Binding in there. DoubleLift caught out again. And this time it's Soaz that picks himself up. The easiest frag he'll get in the game.
Oh man, but DoubleLift, he's just being punished left and right, down 40 CS. Currently Fnatic winning on all fronts, and that except supports. Scumbag YellowStar. But they're controlling this. They have the ward coverage. They have an earlier Oracle. This is the first time YellowStar's bought an Oracle before that 20-minute mark, and they're looking to take a turret here.
If there's one thing Fnatic have proven, it's they know how to snowball. Soaz caught good solar flare as well, but quickly flayed back. Trickz getting caught out with the Dark Binding. Soaz is the one that picks up the kill. Aphromoo has to flash away from this one, and the tower continues to take damage. CLG, a valiant effort to try and beat Fnatic away from it. They may have saved the turret for a moment, but no, the hook, the death mark lands. Is it going to be the death sentence for Link? No, flashes out, but Nien so he flashes just in time that Cyanide comes in. The tower is safe, but not for long.
And xPeke, he has his ultimate available again. He hasn't had it ever since that fight over towards blue buff, and CLG still couldn't pull that one off. That was really close on Aphromoo, but they're going to back away. They have a lot of money to spend, and they're going to go home happy with this one. I really wonder what's the next step for them, because CLG, they need to ward up their own jungle. DoubleLift has been caught twice in a row. I mean, he just gets to lane, dies, and that is the worst thing to happen to an AD carry, because he's being punished in CS, he's being punished in levels, and he's almost like a full item behind.
Well, I mean, the issue is CLG have got 5 kills, but 4 of them are on YellowStar. So getting the support as opposed to getting a carry is not that great. So, I mean, yeah, we know he was basically punished for using that flash, avoiding it, and Trickz, DoubleLift, and Aphromoo certainly made him pay in that bottom lane. They worked there. Worked it hard, I think is the safe to say, rather than what I was about to say, to get those kills for CLG. But all across the map, it has been crumbling, and DoubleLift and Aphromoo are trying to carry this one through. DoubleLift maybe trying a little too hard and starting to get caught out of position.
Yeah, this is something Joe and I always talk about. I think even you and I talked about quite a bit, is when kills get stacked on one person. It's a good thing, because obviously that person gets very strong, but if they die in a fight right away, or if they're not even in the fight, then it pretty much means nothing. All those kills, all that money went over to someone who can't really help in a fight. And right now, you know, with Fnatic, with that Shyvana, with that Aatrox, they can kill DoubleLift very quickly. And he has all the kills for his team. You know, Nien, he's gotten one. He's got a decent amount of farm, but he's not going to really do much more than just that kick.
Well, the top lane seems to be the next focus. And you see them pulls continuing to land, the rest of Fnatic coming around the side. Oh, Link, do not stick around. You're going to get surrounded, son. You have to back away from this one. The rest of CLG do join him, but I think it's too late, and that Dark Binding catches on. Safeguard used to try and protect him from any more damage coming in, but Fnatic keep on driving on. Cyanide tanks that turret a little too much for my liking, and that's why he's going to back away. We do see DoubleLift taking that bottom turret. This is CLG of old. Continue to counter push on. Can DoubleLift drive on through while they hold off Fnatic in this top?
Well, in the meantime, we do have xPeke have his ultimate available. They're going to just zone them away for this. They're going to get the turret. We do see Cyanide going back. So it looks like he's going to be able to defend onto that. Oh, no, that turret's going down. He's going to get 2 turrets for free. In the meantime, the top, we've seen Orion ultimate miss.
We've seen DoubleLift continuing to drive through on towards inhibitor turrets, and that's what he's doing. Cyanide is there now, there to try and prevent him. So we'll see who's going to win out. A 1v1 versus a 4v4. Peke taking some tower hits is not ideal. And now we see DoubleLift backing off. Can they interrupt him? I don't think so.
Well, they got Soaz right there with that ward, so he's going to be able to escape to the rest. Fnatic just going to be running away. And Cyanide was able to hold on to, well, the inhibitor, I guess, there. At least stop the rain that DoubleLift was doing over towards bottom. But right now, you know, it's a 6,000 gold difference, but it's still anyone's game. It just depends if CLG can get their combo off, or if they can prevent Fnatic from getting in there and getting that Morgana ultimate to really work.
Well, it's going to be the Dragon that Fnatic focus on. They're going to pick this one up because CLG are nowhere near, and they don't even want to counter in towards a 5v5 fight. They don't even want to enter the notion of even trying such a thing. And frankly, Fnatic are in the driving seat. The question is, can they punish CLG? If you remember back to the semi-finals against Royal Club, they were in a similar situation and they just left it just a little bit too long, where Royal Club managed to work their way back in the game, and honestly it was a game Fnatic should have won that Royal turned around. Can CLG do a similar thing and maybe hold off on towards these inhibitor turrets?
We're going to find out very shortly if Fnatic can close this one out relatively soon. They're still going for that push on that bottom turret. It's not healthy at all. And Nien, well, all of CLG, they got to be careful. If that Dark Binding lands, you might see Fnatic just commit for that fight.
It's like an ion cannon coming through the wall there, honestly. If it lands, you know you're in trouble. The turret, though, just going to get poked on down. Link gets caught out. Ultimate being used by Soaz. They do catch on. That's going to be Cyanide diving in. Good shockwave pulls back Cyanide. Trickz, though, meanwhile, with that Cataclysm, does keep the rest of Fnatic at bay. DoubleLift trying to snipe down, but unfortunately the blood well available for Cyanide will not give him the kill. The culling's not going to land. You can't turn the distance around there. It was a 1-for-1 trade with a tower for Fnatic. The flash ultimate comes in. Who's he going to focus on? Aphromoo will get caught. He goes down. Nien caught out as well. That's a double kill for Peke, and a third one comes in as well for Soaz, taking down Nien. That is disaster for CLG, and surely will it be in him turret? That's the one I'm after.
It will be that first one. It will be that one. But yeah, they should have the manpower to go for it. But instead, they're taking away blue. They're going to take this, go back with the money, and just buy up. But xPeke, he had the ultimate up the entire fight, even before he went for that engage right there. And he just waited. He bided his time. He let them get close. And the multitasking he pulled off, pick up 2 kills right there, was a fantastic job by him. Finishes Zhonya's Hourglass, even had in a nasty large rod. Right now, Fnatic are at the point where they're going to be an item ahead of their opponents. You see that reflected in pretty much every single member of Fnatic, except maybe Soaz, who's building a couple different pieces. And Baron, it's becoming more and more like a likely possibility.
Well, it's a 10,000, well, 9,000 difference between the two teams. 5-on-3 in terms of turrets, but still yet to break that deadlock and get in towards the base. 16-6, the kills. You can see 25 minutes gone. Game 1 was, what, 24 minutes long. Game 2 around about 32 minutes. And currently, this looks like it may be the longest one so far. CLG, don't rule them out just yet. You just saw with a good shockwave, followed by a Cataclysm, can find the right target, maybe backed up by the culling. It could do a lot of damage. It's a good combo. It could work. But CLG really, at this moment, have to land the perfect combo to try and beat Fnatic back. Because in terms of gold, in terms of items, it is a giant gap for Fnatic.
I want to believe that if they can survive the combo of Morgana, then they can win these fights. They can survive that initial burst that she can't do. They're going to be missing on quite a bit of damage. It'll be one champion that pretty much does nothing for the next couple of seconds until cooldowns come back up. But I don't know, because they need to get that black shield off of her, or force it onto someone else before they can like potentially burst him down or CC chain him down, or even do that to Rekkles, because Morgana does have that Zhonya's. And we do have a death cap coming in on Link, so his damage on that ultimate is going to be very high. But he can't, no one's there to back him up. That's the problem, is that DoubleLift can't really get close enough to really do anything here. As you see Link just taking binding after binding. And Aphromoo, who was so crucial in their victory last game with his engages, is being forced to use everything defensively. And
they've got to be so careful. Soaz just off at the side, just dying. That dragon wanting to leap in, and just like that, they just zone them out. A binding followed by a pull. They keep them at bay. DoubleLift is actually pretty fed now. If he gets some free time to actually land the hits, he will do a lot of damage if he manages to get onto a single target. But that's the problem. It's a single target, and they haven't got anything to follow it up.
And the thing is, he has a giant dragon in his face, and he has Cyanide in his face. And he can't deal with both of them. He can't really even deal with one of them right now, with that Random's Omen being finished for Soaz, and the Warrior's Mail picked up for Cyanide. So he needs to have the rest of his team help get those two down, because if that happens, he can take Morgana down. He can take Rekkles down very low, but Rekkles should be able to out-DPS him in a straight head-to-head fight. But then you have YellowStar with his ultimate, his hook, if he lands it. And right now, DoubleLift, he's being very aggressive bottom lane with Aphromoo.
Nien just having to use that wall to escape. I was thinking, Nien, you are out of position.
They really want to kill.
Oh, look at Cyanide. The ping's actually on the back side of Trickz. He may well use the jump across the bush here. No, instead he is going to be forced back by Soaz, so they didn't go for it. DoubleLift in the bottom with Aphromoo. They're trying to create a situation here. They're trying to create the CLG split push, try and drive it down that bottom, but already Rekkles is there, and look around the Baron area. They're starting to get that ward coverage down, completely covering the entire area. It's a defensive security net being laid down by Fnatic. I
can hear YellowStar in TeamSpeak right now saying, guys, I've had this happen before. I've had DoubleLift split push. It can go very wrong. Let's take a second. Let's get him out of that lane. As Rekkles actually getting caught.
Rekkles getting locked up, but there's not much damage following through. Now it will. DoubleLift in there. He may get Aphromoo down. Can he turn this one around? Rekkles has got a lot of damage. Uses the barrier out there. Cyanide comes in, and DoubleLift is wrecked.
Oh, look at Cyanide. He raises his hands up in the air with joy, like, yeah, that just happened. So they pick up those 2 kills. Now they can push down on an inhibitor turret here. And CLG
still happy. Look, they're high-fiving each other. Wow, they thought they caught him out, and they have. That's going to surely be the inhibitor turret. I don't think Trickz and Nien can stop this one. Nien getting caught by the dark binding. Trickz is having to use that shield to beat them away from this one. They're just waiting for that AD carry to catch up there. We're already seeing that Rekkles is making his way up there. That's going to be the inhibitor going down. Surely will follow. I don't think they're going to push on through here. They will back up, but the dark binding on Trickz, that's going to trigger the alarm bells, and Trickz having to slide away from that one, the combo. Bloodwell may get popped here by Cyanide. Yes, he will. Can they follow it through? Will they catch him back up? Yes, they will. The shockwave, but he flashes out of it. I do not believe it. Now we're going to see Peke Pommes in, kicked out by Nien. So DoubleLift now coming in. Can he mop up the kills? Good Cataclysm comes out, but Soaz leaps back in there. Nien so taking low. Soaz takes one for the team, and he goes down to DoubleLift. Oh, Rekkles, he wanted a little bit more. They're trying to go and pick up a kill, but in the end, Fnatic, they get the inhibitor. That is the key point. And they might, wow, not be done just yet. xPeke still sticking around, laying that dark binding. But CLG, this can't be their moment. Like, they can't even rush Baron anymore because it's just too late. They don't have enough time to take it down. But they're still alive. They're still showing signs of life right now, and that's what's key. But look at the spread. 5-8, 4-0-8, 4-0-8, 4-0-7. Everybody on Fnatic's picking up kills, getting gold, getting the items they need, and that's really the big difference. Once they clash, Aphromoo gets locked up, he's going down. Not even going to be able to do anything to get out of that. And that is just unfortunate because he doesn't have the, or they don't have the vision control, and he's trying to create the opportunity, trying to make it so they can potentially do exactly what happened onto them, to Fnatic, but they've lost control of their blue for the most part. xPeke coming in, getting dropped. Oh, good shockwave landing there from Link. Peke getting absolutely destroyed. Now the Dragon's gone down. They're going to try and chase on towards this one. Have they got the speed, the momentum to catch on? No, because Cyanide managed to slow on Trickz. Trickz has not got Flash available. Yes, he does. He has it, but he doesn't have Cataclysm available. I get those two confused all the time, too. Have to say things before I look sometimes, and that's the downside. But right now, I mean, CLG getting that kill on xPeke, they could push a turret down. They could get some extra gold from that, but instead they back away. Gonna take their own jungle for a little bit here, as they've been struggling to do for quite a while. So they're down 19-8 in kills here. They're down over 10,000 in gold, so they need to find something. They found a little bit of a crack right there on Fnatic, picking up that one kill, but can they do it again? Can they do it multiple times and get enough cracks in Fnatic to break this power ball they have going on? Well, we will see. It's not a wrecking ball, that's for sure. Fnatic, they are driving on through. Cyanide and Soaz clear out the opposition jungle. CLG DoubleLift once again lingering down that lane without too much vision. He has just the ward off to the side of him, so he knows he's safe from the blue, which is why he's going down for that extra pack. But the rest of Fnatic realize that, shows himself on the map. Will they go Baron? Well, they don't necessarily even need to do it. They can just bait it out. They have the vision control. They have Super Minions pushing middle. They're going to be started off here, but keep that in mind. They don't have to go for it. They can jump over this wall. All three of them can get over there on some Trickz. Oh, that's what they needed. The bait comes in. Trickz not going to get out of this one. Tries to slide through. Demacia standard ignite. And the defensive ball from Link. We've seen the great escape from Peke. Now we got the one from Trickz. They're still continuing on. The Soaz going in. Oh, no, he's going to get away. He has the ignite. The ignite's got him. Oh, he ran away from Link, so he couldn't get the Powerball on him yet again, and it's really unfortunate. But right now, Baron's still be taking it. Fnatic's going to be able to pick this one up. It looks like they're going to be able to close this game very shortly, but DoubleLift, he was pushing ball this whole time, but xPeke was able to back and stop it. Soaz not even allowing a ward to go down, and just prances on in towards Nien. Nien forced to back away from the jungle. Realizing, though, that the Baron was picked up on him. They would have seen that buff. They know it's gone down. Dragon, though, like you say, picked up by DoubleLift, trying to get anything they can. Yeah, and he tried to create an opportunity by taking that inhibitor turret down, but he just couldn't. xPeke was there to get back in time and to stop him, but right now, look at the CS difference between the AD carries. I mean, that's like the biggest, well, that and the mid laner is the biggest differences we have going on, but it isn't even about that yet. Oh, wow. Oh, he cleansed it. There was no one there, nobody else there apart from YellowStar. He thought he was in trouble, but that's a cleanse burn out. That could be so important on this next fight. The mobility for CLG, it's so necessary. Like you said, cleanse gone, he won't be able to get away from Morgana anymore. DoubleLift has to be able to just ride the outskirts of this fight without getting caught to be able to do enough damage. But Fnatic, still middle inhibitor down. They're going to be pushing up bottom here. xPeke was able to sweep that one around, and they have to be able to survive this siege. And they're in a choke point if Fnatic wants to go in for this. So Link could get a nice ultimate off. They could get a nice Cataclysm, nice Leona ultimate. But it's going to be very difficult to do that when Fnatic can just jump in with multiple people. Well, Soaz is forcing those super minions to go through that mid lane. DoubleLift is trying to clear them off a little bit. But the rest of Fnatic swinging and a miss from both YellowStar and xPeke, trying to land anything to prevent and start that fight. But that tower already down to half hit points, and Fnatic, they only need a couple of seconds to start beating it down. Look at Soaz, he's waiting to jump, pounce onto DoubleLift just off the side there, comes back in. DoubleLift, I'm not too sure who would win out there. Joel! But instead, it's CLG that go aggressive. He's going to be Trickz trying to work away from this one. Rekkles will shred his armor down. That shield will not be enough. And now they're in a 4-on-5 defensive situation. This will be another inhibitor turret going down. Inhib surely will follow.
Oh, xPeke flashed in!
Flashed in, will the ultimate get popped? Nien gets caught out there, the box is thrown out. That's going to be Nien going down. Link gets just melted down there. DoubleLift on the fountain. Will they dive on towards him? He's the last man standing. It doesn't matter. The Nexus turrets will be the focus once they can get the inhibitor down. This should surely be the game for Fnatic. 2-1 will be the score in the Intel Extreme Masters Semifinals here in Cologne. They will be facing Gambit in the final. It's all Europe, ladies and gentlemen, dominating the semis.
And Fnatic, after that last game, it looked like something went a little wrong for them, and they fixed that problem very quickly. DoubleLift going in for YellowStar here. He does get him, but for the cost of his life. And that last fire that just happened, Link, he tried to ult Rekkles. He tried to hold him down. Just want to stop right there for that, but it didn't matter. xPeke, he got the black shield up. He was able to keep him alive, and from that, they take that victory. Very well done by Fnatic.
GG, well played from both teams in chat. I can tell you it's all fair, it's all square. They are all happy in love and war, but it's Fnatic that come out on top, and you've got to cast your mind back to that level 1 engagement. Nien getting caught out by that flash hook. Great play from Fnatic, and 25-9 was the total score. I can quickly do a quick rundown. 8-0-9 was the score for Rekkles at the end there. 6-6-2 for DoubleLift. So I think overall Rekkles may be winning, but DoubleLift has proven in that last game just how good he is as well.
I think everyone could agree, though, that both these AD carries are phenomenal players. They really are. They did so well in their own respects in their different games. And I'm happy that everyone else got to see that. I mean, it's been so long since IPL 5, as you see right there.
There we go. That's the hug we like to see. The two AD carries. See, it's all respect, really, honestly. Good bit of trash talk. I guess effectively it's like the fighters. They build up the trash talk to build up the hype to get the viewers.
Yeah, and you know, you heard DoubleLift talk about it earlier. Like, once something like this happens, you know, he loses, he's not too cocky that he won't look back and be like, okay, I need to work on this, I need to practice. And he has that drive that not a lot of people have, where he wants to be the best. I mean, he always says he is, but he definitely wants to be it. He wants to prove it to everyone, and he's going to work harder and probably come into the summer split or the Battle of the Atlantic with something different.
Well, he got a pentakill at the All-Stars, so I don't think he's got too much to prove, honestly. He is a fantastic AD carry, but it's Fnatic that go through. 2-1 was the score. Unfortunately for North America, they only picked up 1 win against the European teams. That's not the best result they could have hoped for following the exit that Cloud9 had. Honestly, I had this penciled in to be a Cloud9 Fnatic finals, but it turns out it's Fnatic Gambit again, and Gambit themselves were probably cheering on CLG there because they do not have a good record against Fnatic.
Yeah, they really, really don't. And this is what I'm looking forward to in this game. You said it before, you know, Fnatic, they're the reign champions between spring and summer splits. Mm-hmm. Gambit, they have something to say about that. They have something to prove here. They want to finally beat them and show everyone else that, yeah, we're still the best team, or we're the best team yet again here in Europe. And it's going to be an insane set of matches because, you know, we heard from people, and you mentioned it, Fnatic haven't been practicing. They haven't been looking that great recently. But they showed it there that they still have it when they need it.
To me, though, in terms of teams that we just watched, Gambit was strong this morning.
Yeah. They were really
I don't know whether
strong.
I should go against Gambit ever again. I don't know.
I
Maybe
never
not.
do that because I don't want to lose the friendship with them. Sorry.
I'll work on gaining it back, don't worry.
You have to go through the belt.
A bottle of vodka with Groove, we'll be all good. Not too sure I should be talking about that on stream, but nevertheless, that's what we're probably going to happen. But yeah, the Intel Extreme Masters Finals in Cologne. Obviously, the Amateur Finals will be coming up after this one as well. That in itself is going to be a fantastic game. Copenhagen Wolves versus Ninjas in Pajamas.
And I wonder if Rekkles is going to watch this game and root on his old team, because remember, he played with Copenhagen Wolves through the entire summer split when he couldn't play in LCS, I think even the spring split. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a good set of matches. We have 2 finals coming up here, Demon.
2 finals coming up. You don't want to